Hi, my name's Carlos Garcia Velasco. I'm a St. Paul resident and member at SPNN. Our tour begins outside at SPNN offices. I'm on the corners of near 6th Street and Jackson at 375 Jackson Street. This is where our tour begins. A lot of people may have some issues with parking, so this is where we started. And I want to give you some of the lowdown on where you can get some good parking spots down here. On the 6th Street side, there are some limited parking spaces available and they're free. If you go down 6th Street and turn into the lot, press the button there, the security guard will let you in if you let them know that you're here for some SPNN business. And of course, you will have to sign in with the guard at the front desk. Thank you. Of course, there's parking meters located all around the area, and it will cost you 25 cents for a 12-minute increment, about $1.25 or 5 quarters per hour. And on Sunday, parking is always free, so use SPNN on Sunday. Now we're ready to head into SPNN. Come on. We're now standing outside of the Access Center here at SPNN. The good thing about SPNN is that it fits with most people's schedules. Their hours do slightly vary. During the week, Monday through Friday, except on Wednesdays, SPNN is open from 12 p.m. noon to 10 p.m. On Wednesdays, we are only open in the evening from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. On Saturdays, we are open from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Finally, on Sundays, we are open from noon to 5:30 p.m. Once inside, you're at the center of all the action, the access window.
Yeah, we were just, sorry I didn't get to you sooner. I was just making a reservation for somebody.
Hi, Ed. What kinds of things would a member expect to do here at the access window?
Well, this is where you will check out equipment, check in equipment, and then also this is where we answer the phone, and our computer is located for us to make reservations for people so that they can reserve cameras, reserve microphones, editing time, studio time. This is, you might say, the central point of the access department.
Ed, we know each other a little bit, but if I was a non-member and wanted to get some information about some of the trainings or classes, would this be a good place for me to start?
Well, first of all, I can say that you don't really have to think too hard. If you remember, the first Tuesday of every month, you can come down to SPNN at 6 o'clock and find out about SPNN, because we have our introduction class then. It's free at 6 p.m. and that's the easiest way. Rather than getting into details about when we have other classes and that kind of stuff, that's where you would start.
First Tuesday of the month is the introductory.
Tuesday of each month, right, at 6 p.m.
Thank you.
And we don't serve cookie or donuts, so either.
Good to know. Thanks, Ed.
Okay.
Down this hallway, you'll find 3 editing suites. Edit room 1, 2, and 3. Edit room 3 is for straight cut or linear editing. It doesn't get used very often, but there are still some folks interested in using this room. However, our most popular edit rooms are the non-linear edit suites, which have Apple's iMovie and Final Cut Express editing programs. I spent a lot of time in these editing suites. Can be a lot of fun and nerve-wracking, but this is where you actually create the finished program. In the back of the hallway, you'll find the SPNN kitchenette and lounge. This is just a great place to relax if you've had a long day in the editing suite, or if you need to make a phone call or check your email. There's also some internet access, printer and phone available for members here at SPNN. Right next to the lounge is the dub rack area. If you need to make copies of your program or need to transfer some footage from beta to mini DV, this is the machine you would use. Right around the corner from the dub rack area is Studio One. Let's first stop in the control room, which is actually the brains of the operation. Here the director can choose between camera angle 1 or 2, speak to the crew, control the audio, and many more things. This is where a lot of it happens. From the control room, we get to the studio. And here I'd like to point out the studio, 4 studio cameras that SPNN has here for members to use. There are also many microphone cords, so you can have multiple microphones in here. And there's also a green screen backdrop in case you want to do any special effects. There's also some storage space available with some chairs, tables, risers, and other props that you may need during taping. The number of crew members you need will depend on the size of your project. Some projects will only take 2 or 3 crew members, while others may take up to 20. And you do want to make sure that everyone that's handling any SPNN equipment is certified to do so. It's good to note SPNN has a training room for classes and a small studio on the 2nd floor. Studio number 2 is great for small and simple productions like a small interview. Across the hall, editing classes like iMovie and Final Cut Express will take place in SPNN's Media Lab. You can find dates and times for these classes on our website at www.spnn.org. Well, thanks for joining me on this tour of SPNN. Again, my name is Carlos, and I hope to see you down here utilizing SPNN very soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some work to do.